Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Wow. This has grown. Willie, thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight, and welcome to Veterans Week 2015. We've got amazing honorees, good food, motorcycles, and a friggin' IAVA NASCAR. 2015's been a year of huge wins, and we have lots to celebrate tonight. Most of all, we've got incredible veteran leaders from all across America, and folks watching online right now around the world, including some in Iraq and Afghanistan. And to all of you who came from out of town, welcome to New York City. And how many of you joined us for the parade yesterday here? Awesome, right? If you were there, you saw what Vets Rising is really all about. Over 800 members marched in the parade. And we're not broken, we're not damaged, we're a movement, and we are rising. Here in New York and at over 144 events nationwide, vets got together and showed our unity and our power. We're showing the world that veterans are not a charity, we're an investment. And that investment's paying off some huge dividends, and not just on Veterans Day. Last month in Oregon, a guy walked into a community college and started shooting. Bullets were flying and people were dying. Chaos was everywhere. And one man stepped up to try to stop him. A 29-year-old Army veteran named Chris Mintz stepped up to help. Yep. He blocked the classroom door and kept the gunman at bay. And the gunman shot him 5 times. But Mintz survived, and he undoubtedly saved others. And as he was recovering, he said, "I never claimed to be a hero. I'm just a regular guy." He's what Vets Rising is all about. Doing what's needed without being asked. Serving your family, your community, your country, and even other countries. This summer, Spencer Stone and Alex Scalardos were just 2 young guys on a vacation in Europe with a friend. They're riding on a train to Paris when a gunman opened fire. They charged, tackled him, and subdued him. You all know the story. They put it all on the line and showed us what vets can do. They were hailed as international heroes. They met the president, and Alec is even on Dancing with the Stars, continuing the total domination of Dancing with the Stars by post-9/11 veterans. That's the same spirit we saw last month when Captain Kristen Griest, First Lieutenant Shay Haver, and Major Lisa Jaster became the first 3 women in history to graduate from the grueling Army Ranger School. Yeah. Breaking barriers, changing minds, overcoming the impossible, that is what Vets Rising is all about. All around this room, you'll meet inspiring young leaders who represent the future of this country. Leaders like Vadim Panashchuk. That was a tough one, right? Vadim is an Army veteran from New York. He served overseas and did his part, and it wasn't easy. And when he came home, he heard a calling to serve. So Vadim got a social work degree and dedicated himself to making things better, and he has. He's an inspiring leader for our rapid response referral team at IAVA that's now served over 5,300 veterans with one-on-one support. Vadim is on the front lines for us, helping his fellow veterans in crisis every single day. And thanks to your donations tonight, Vadim will have reinforcements. In the military, everyone toasts the special operations folks, the Navy SEALs, the Delta, Recon, and at IAVA, our social workers are our special ops. They represent our best. They're a small team that makes big things happen. And I'd like them to stand and be recognized right now. They helped us kick off a monster 2015 with a huge win. passing the most significant piece of suicide prevention legislation for veterans in history, the IAVA-led Clay Hunt Suicide Prevention for American Veterans Act. It's our biggest policy win since passing the new GI Bill in 2008. The day we lost our friend Clay to suicide, we committed to honoring his memory and to making a change. It took almost 2 years, but IAVA got it done. And many of you were in this room today also stood with us, with the President, in the White House to sign that bill into law with Clay's parents. There were 22 veterans, to be exact. IAVA had 22 veterans inside the White House, one to represent each of the 22 veterans we lose each day to suicide. That historic victory showed what Vets Rising can do. When we stick together, we're unstoppable. We overcome obstacles, and that's what we did here this week at City Hall in New York. 2 years ago, IAVA proposed legislation to create a Department of Veteran Services here in New York City, a permanent, well-funded agency that can support the over 225,000 veterans that live in New York City, which is more than some states have. It was long overdue. Veterans in the city had been waiting decades, but Mayor de Blasio opposed us. He said it wasn't needed. Well, we disagreed, and we fought him for 2 years, and this week, we won. After recognizing we had the votes to override any veto, the mayor backed down, and Tuesday, the City Council unanimously approved the measure, 42-0, just in time for Veterans Day. To quote a truly great military leader, yes, please. That's what we set out to do, and to quote a truly great military leader, Hannibal of the A-Team, we love it when a plan comes together. It's a tremendous victory for veterans, but not just in New York City, nationwide. New York will now lead America in supporting veterans because IAVA veterans demanded it, and other cities have taken notice. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. Los Angeles, you're next. We'll keep rolling from there until every city in America supports our community in this important time of need. We've sent a message to politicians: stand with our veterans or get run over by them. We're not waiting, and we're going to keep the candidates for president honest too, because our vets are coming home now, and we need support. After the VA scandal, the shocking suicide rate, persistent homelessness, it should be pretty clear. America is simply not doing enough, not even close. This August, my son Ryder was born, and yeah, you can give it up. He's pretty awesome. I hope he's watching on the live stream so that he sleeps later. But I was assigned the most important mission ever, being a dad. And as a new dad, I want my son to inherit a country that's better than the one that I got. But like all vets, I also want him to know that I'll be okay if I get sick, that my country will take care of me if I need it. That's the sacred promise this nation makes to our military and to our children. But when I look at my son, I realize how long and far away we are from keeping that promise to him. I was at Ground Zero 14 years ago serving with other first responders. They didn't consider themselves heroes. They were just doing their job, being good citizens, answering the call. And I never thought that 14 years later, we'd have to beg Congress to take care of us and extend health coverage. But that's what's happening. Think about that. But next week, IAVA and I will stand with first responders and veterans in demanding Congress extend the DROGA 9/11 Health and Compensation Act. The 9/11 Health Act it's a tough one to say, but it shouldn't be a tough one to pass, right? And we'll need your support. And we have other important fights ahead. Supporting Bob McDonald and the VA reform. Yes, please. Secretary McDonald, we're thrilled to have you here and honored to have you among us. Thank you so much for being here. We also need to expand care for female vets. end suicide, protect the GI Bill, and so much more. That's why we released an 11-point policy agenda for how America can really support our veterans. The biggest, toughest work. That's what your support tonight makes possible. IAVA will be there for vets always. When the news doesn't cover it, and the politicians forget about it, and it's no longer cool to run Super Bowl ads for vets, we'll be there. All of you in this room have had our back, some of you for 11 years. You've made IAVA into what it is today, a true movement. It's bigger than all of us. And we're the clear leader in a space that served over 1.2 million veterans. Using the best technology in the world and the best team anywhere, we punch way above our weight class. And we've done more than build a new veterans service organization. We've created the nation's first veterans empowerment organization. We don't just help them, we launch them. To Silicon Valley, to Wall Street, to Hollywood, to the halls of Congress, and even to the NFL. In the old days, there were veterans halls. Now, there's IAVA. We're on the streets, and we're on your phone. And like technology, IAVA is everywhere, and IAVA is rising. Use the hashtag VetsRising, and you'll see it for yourself. This is one of those events where I'm actually going to encourage you to tweet. So use the hashtag VetsRising and celebrate this movement. IAVA is designed to lift up veterans, their families, and our nation. That's what we do. We get creative, and we fight like hell. We overcome adversity, and we make big things happen, just like all the veterans here tonight. IAVA's goal is to reach all of them, all 3 million vets who've served since 9/11 in the most powerful network of leaders on the planet. We want to make every day Veterans Day. And tonight, with your support, and in the years to come, we can get there, because we can do just about anything. My good friend Joey Polk is here tonight. 8 years ago, Joey got blown up by the Taliban. At age 21, he almost died. He spent 17 months in the hospital and had dozens of surgery. He was burned over most of his face and body. He lost his fingers, but not his spirit. And thanks to the amazing team at Operation Mend and his incredible spirit, yes, please. Thanks to that team at Operation Mend and most of all to Joey's incredible spirit, he's been transformed. And thanks to the IAVA community, he's been empowered. He's not a victim, he's a champion. He doesn't just overcome his challenges, he inspires others to overcome theirs. That's what a true leader does. And 2 weeks ago, Joey posted this simple picture on Instagram. If you can't see the caption, fuck you, Taliban. You may have taken my fingers, but you cannot and will not ever take my spirit. Hashtag first time tying my shoes. Hashtag 8 years. Hashtag adapt and overcome. Hashtag never quit. Where's Joey at? He's somewhere around here. Joey's incredible. That's what tonight is all about. Celebrating the human spirit and the spirit of Vets Rising. Not everyone comes home from combat wounded, but nobody comes home unchanged. We can commit to fighting back, to rebuilding, to rise up, and to pull others up with us. Joey's story shows us what's possible, and he and all the veterans in this room will show the world what America's really made of. And thanks to your support tonight, they have reinforcements. It's one team, one fight. And that's what we're here to celebrate tonight. So thank you for being here. Strap in for an inspiring time. We've got an incredible program, great food, excellent music, and a kick-ass motorcycle. And here's our mission in action, right here. one of my personal heroes and a man who was our Leadership Award recipient in 2009, before he was famous, Mr. J.R. Martinez.